Welcome back to our class, students. In our last video we have discussed the other planets in the solar system and the moon also we have discussed. Now today we will discuss about the phases of the moon. So what is the phases of the moon? We know that the moon reflects the light of the sun, because the satellites, they do not have any light, so they reflect the light of the sun, and our moon also, it reflects the light of the sun. So the visible shape of the moon changes from night to night. So that is why the visible portion what we see from our earth, it changes from night to night, and the visible portion, the changing of the visible portion what we see, it is the phase what we see. So let us discuss this. What are the changes, how it change. So in its journey from new moon to full moon, so new moon to full moon, in your book it is clearly given, the picture is clearly given. You can see the new moon. So new moon, it is fully dark, and new moon to full moon, and when it is totally visible from the earth. So when it moves, that means when we see the light, so every night we can see the changes. That means from the dark to light, it is called new moon to full moon, and the visible portion increases from the darkness. Suppose it is the moon, and in the new moon it is totally dark, and when the visible portion increases, so slowly we start seeing like this. So it is, you can say, increasing. So this part is little bit increases, and when it completes, it is called the full moon, and it is called wax. It is called waxing of the moon. And again from full moon to new moon, it starts decreasing. That means again it starts to look as dark. So it is called the waning period. So when the visible portion increases, that means new moon to full moon, it is called waxing, and it is called wane. That means again it becomes dark. So the waning and waxing of the moon is known as the phases of the moon. So this waxing and waning, it is called the phases of the moon. I think it is clear to all. So in fact the moon is always half dark. That means the moon is not completely visible. It is all the time half dark and half bright. But the angle of view from the earth keeps changing. But the angle, that means we are on the earth, and when we see the moon, the changing portion we see, it is the waxing and waning. So it is the phases of the moon. And on the new moon day, the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth. So on the new moon day, when we see the dark part or the dark hemisphere of the moon we see from the earth. Whereas on the full moon day, the bright hemisphere is visible to us. So, on full moon day, we see the complete moon. That means the bright part we see. Okay, it is called waxing and waning, and it is called the phases of the moon. Now, many other things are also there in the universe. We have discussed. These are asteroids. What are asteroids? Asteroids are small planet. These are called small planet, like solid objects. So it is the solid objects, that means rocks. Solid objects found in the solar system. So these are the solid objects we find in the solar system. They are also called planetoids or minor planets also they are called. So each asteroid follow its own orbit around the sun. So all the things, all the heavenly bodies what are there in our galaxy, so they all revolve around the sun. So like our earth, moon, asteroids, they also revolve around the sun. And the main belt, which has billions of asteroids, so billions of asteroids are there, and it is called their belt, lies between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. So between Mars and Jupiter, what space is there? In that space we find billions of asteroids are there. These are the solid objects, and they are also called minor planets. And this belt stretches from about 250 million to 600 million kilometer. That means this is the space we find between these two planets, and between these two planets this belt is there. Okay, so it is now widely believed that asteroids are broken pieces of some planet. So nowadays the astronauts, they believe that it is the broken part of some planets. Okay, so which probably exploded soon after its birth. So when the planets discovered, that time some part of the planets it was there, and they also roam around this sun. Now meteors. What are meteors? Every night we see some bright streaks of light. So when at night we see in the sky, we see that some bright things or bright streak of light goes, and these are called meteors. So these lights what we see, these are called meteors, and they are also known as shooting stars. So they are also known as shooting stars. Meteors are small pieces of rocks. So these are small pieces of rocks, and they also revolve around the sun. So that means everything what are there in our galaxy, they all move around the sun. So these meteors also move around the sun, and they are called shooting stars. The presence of meteors in the sky is known only when they enter the Earth's atmosphere. So the presence, the existence of meteors when we find when it enters the atmosphere, that means our Earth has atmosphere, and when it crosses it, that time we can understand, yes, these meteors are there. And most of these burn up when they try to enter. They burn up before entering the atmosphere. They burn and they become gas, because our atmosphere is very strong and they cannot enter our atmosphere. So before that they burn up and they become gas. Some of them are big. So some of the meteors are very big and thus are not burnt up completely. So the big meteors, they do not burn completely, they do not burn, because these are very heavy and big also. When they hit the surface of the earth, they are called meteorites. So when they touch our earth, it is called meteorites. And a well-known site is the meteor crater. So meteor crater, one site is there in Arizona state in USA. In USA, one site is there and it is in Arizona state. So this picture is also given in your book, you can see here. Now comets. What are comets? It is believed that there are about 200 crore comets orbiting the sun. So these comets also orbit the sun, and it is believed that there are about 200 crore comets are there. They revolve around the sun, and comets are huge lump of snow. So these are huge lump of snow and rocky dust also. So not only snow, rocky dust is also there, which forms the comets. Each comet follows its own orbit. So each comet, so many comets are there, and each comet, they follow their own orbit, they follow their own path. So they do not go here and there. So they have their own path. When comets reach near the sun, they reach near the sun, they start glowing and develop a long tail. So when they reach near the sun, so they become, they start glowing and develop a long tail. So a long tail they develop. The most famous comet is Halley's Comet, and it was last seen in 1986, and it will appear again after 76 years, that is in 2062. So you can also see this comet also. Now the constellations. What are constellations? Constellations are a group of stars, bright stars, a group of bright stars, so we can say it is constellation. And constellations, the people of ancient civilization, that means early people, they attributed this group of stars, they attributed some figures of animals, that means suppose some stars are there, a group of stars, and they have given the name, some animal's name, that yes, it is the figure of this animal. So early people, they used to do this, and sometimes figure of some people, some mythological, that means related to God. So these figures, they used to think that yes, these figures are there. And in ancient days, the constellations were believed to influence the daily life of people on earth. So these figures, something they tell us, they think, and based on that, their daily life was there. So the constellations were used as a guide for planting. So the farmers, they used these constellations or these figures for planting and harvesting the crops and slaughtering animals. Some animals, figures, or slaughtering animals, that means killing the animals. Then the most easily recognizable constellation, it is called Saptarishi. So it is very easy to recognize this Saptarishi, and which is a group of 7 stars. We can see in the sky in the nights that this is the group of 7 stars, and it is called Saptarishi. In India, it is there. In ancient times, people used to find the north direction using this Saptarishi. Okay, so the pole star indicates the north. Pole star, that means the last one, the up one, which star is there, it is called the pole star. And this pole star, that means it is the top of the north. And when we know the north, then we can know the other directions also. So we can locate the position of the pole star with the help of Saptarishi. So students, these are all about the earth and the solar system. I think all of you are clear about all the topics about the chapter. You watch the video, and if you have any doubt, then we can clear it in our Zoom class. So let us conclude here. Thank you.